Welcome to the machine.
Hey everyone, SHAOLIN Rogue here, and thank you for joining me for another episode of The Do-Over. In our last episode, our motley crew had finally made their way to level 10 and received a much needed firepower upgrade. We've outfitted both our Cossacks with Tulumbas and now have a Thunder on our Shuts. These Tulumbas will be reused in our final hangar on a Russian Death Button Griffin, and the Thunder will be a permanent addition to our armory as well. Now that we have our trio well armed to hit and run, we will continue to focus on beacon capture and maintenance throughout the match, and with the evolution of our Narwhal Shuts into the Kraken, we will be able to aggressively take guarded red beacons and increase our rewards with the extra damage and kills. Situational awareness is our main focus today. We will be comparing two matches each on Dead City and Shenzhen, and having a look at how match activity affects your rewards, comparing the results of 14 matches it will take us to reach level 15. Before we begin, I want to point out to newer pilots that gold is not the only currency you should be focusing on maximizing. Regardless of the robots you choose for your final hangar, the majority of your weapons will require silver to purchase or convert to workshop points, and everything requires silver to upgrade. At early levels, maximizing your XP is also beneficial, as you will receive gold and silver rewards with each level gained. Looking beyond potential gold rewards for damage and beacons, we will also be keeping an eye out for opportunities to maximize our silver and XP rewards throughout the match. Every beacon capper should develop a set pattern to run for every map and spawn location at the start of a match, and you'll see that in both sets of matches I begin them basically the same. Usually on Dead City, I'll take a moment to decide which of the home beacons to head to depending on what my teammates are using and what direction they head off in, and then evaluate the battlefield to decide whether to drive to the red home beacon or cut towards the center. I can tell by the blue and red triangles that all of my teammates are to my back left, and if I go for the red's home beacon, my left flank will be exposed to the red team's spawn. With at least 4 reds at the far end of the map, I decide to double back, grab the center beacon, giving my team long enough to get the red team's attention before I head over to investigate. It will take a long time to take these guys down with my Tulu, and they're not very dangerous anyway, so I move along looking for another beacon. My poor little Cossack's pretty damaged at this point, so I want to get a salvo or 2 off at the right beacon guardian to soften him up before I head back and try and take it on the respawn. A quick check and everything seems okay on the left, so I proceed to head towards the red's home beacon. That pattern would wreck us while we wait for the reload on our Tulu, so we move along. The jump up to this center beacon can be tricky, so make sure that you time it properly. If you hit the wall and fall down, you'll be completely exposed and won't last very long. This Vitesse has a Nashorn and spirals, so by jumping back and forth over his head, I'm not only making it difficult for him to hit me with his Nashorn, but I'm trying to reset the lock-on sequence for his spirals so that I won't have to take any damage while I fight for the beacon. That didn't work out so well, but that's okay. It's time to release the Kraken. We're still going to be picking up beacons where we can, but our main focus will shift to increasing our XP and silver rewards by racking up damage, critical strikes, and kills with our Thunder. You can see the damage increases as you get closer and skyrockets anytime you're under 100 meters. You normally won't want to fight out in the open like this with your Thunder Shuts, but we want to grab this beacon and see if we can start singling people out and picking them off. Use cover to stay out of the enemy's line of sight for as long as possible while you approach, only exposing yourself when you're under 100 meters and ready to strike. Once you're ready to break cover and engage your enemy, use your speed to circle around your target, keeping your crosshairs as dead center to your enemy's torso as you can. This match is pretty much done, and after you have a look at a second match on the same map, I'll join you back in the hangar. Okay, it's time to have a quick look at some numbers. These are the results from the 17 matches it took me to go from level 10 to level 15. Wins are of course in green, and the first thing to point out is the amount of silver awarded clearly has more to do with match performance than whether you win or lose. Both XP and silver are awarded for capping beacons, number of kills, damage done, and critical strikes. Further XP is awarded in the event of a win for any medals that you earn. I wanted to point this out because as you progress, you will go through periods where you are much more powerful than your opponents, you'll upgrade, and then it'll be followed immediately by some rough times where you just can't win. This cycle will repeat itself until you have a level 12 hanger, and it can get frustrating, so it's best to keep a positive attitude, play in a manner you enjoy, and as long as you keep busy during matches, capping beacons and doing damage where you can, you'll obtain the main resources you need to progress regardless of whether you win or lose. By level 15, we've earned enough gold to unlock our 4th slot, and we're going to grab ourselves a second Kraken to make sure that we keep those silver and XP rewards high. This second Thunder will eventually be used in our final hangar as well. Look for similarities as I run my pattern, find opportunities, and earn some nice rewards. Tougher competition awaits in episode 4 as we progress into the private league and claw our way to level 20 and the wonderful world of workshop points. I'm SHAOLIN Rogue, thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time.